You know that feeling, right? You walk away from a conversation and just kick yourself, thinking, man, I wish I'd said that differently. Well, what if changing just one single word could have flipped the entire outcome? It absolutely can. Today, we're going to dive into the science of influence and show you how your words, they literally have superpowers.
So let's just get right to it. Think about it. A huge meeting, a job interview, even just trying to decide on dinner with a friend. Could one little word be the key that unlocks a totally different result? The answer is a huge, resounding yes, and we're about to see exactly how. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to build this superpower in 4 parts. First, we'll start with the tiny building blocks, single words that just scream charisma. Then, we'll level up to phrases that totally reframe a conversation. After that, we're switching gears to a crucial skill, listening between the lines. And finally, we'll bring it all home to master the flow of any conversation you're in. Let's start at the very beginning, the absolute foundation. These are the single words that act like little signals, instantly changing how people see you. They can make you seem warmer, more competent, or, and this is the sweet spot, both at the same time. Okay, check this out. Think of it like sorting your vocabulary into 3 buckets. You've got warm words like collaborate and together. These build trust. Then you have competent words like effective and productive. These show you know your stuff. The real magic? It's mixing them. But you gotta watch out for that danger zone. Words like problem or mistake are just conversation killers. They suck the energy right out of the room. All right, we've got our building blocks. Now it's time to build the actual framework. This is all about using strategic phrases to set the stage, to shape the entire context of a conversation, especially when the stakes are high. And this right here, this is a huge one. See, people have this deep, gut-level need for things to be fair. So when you frame your request around what's fair, you're not just making a logical argument. You're tapping directly into a powerful emotion, and that makes people way more likely to agree with you. Okay, so let's make this real. Imagine you're in a salary negotiation. Your goal, your target number is $100,000. Now, the typical move is to just say that number. But watch what happens when we tweak the language. Instead of asking for 100,000, you propose what's called a bolstering range. You make your target number the floor of your ask. So you say something like, I'm looking for a range of 100 to 115,000. You've just psychologically anchored the entire conversation higher. And the research on this is totally clear. This one simple shift leads to way better final offer. Okay, this next one is one of the simplest, most powerful persuasion hacks ever. Whatever you ask for, just follow it up with the word because and give a reason. Now here's the crazy part. The reason doesn't even have to be that great. Our brains are just wired to respond when they hear a reason. The simple presence of that because is often enough to get people to say yes. It's almost too easy. All right, we have talked a lot about what to say, but now we're going to pivot to a skill that might be even more powerful, what to hear. This section is all about turning you from just a speaker into a strategic listener, a decoder who can pick up on the hidden messages people are sending all the time. This is so fascinating. People are constantly telling you how their brain works, totally unconsciously. If you just pay attention to the kinds of words they use, you can figure out if they're a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic thinker. It's like having a secret decoder ring for their personality. Let's see what I mean. So, when you hear someone using words like see, look, picture, or show me, that's your clue. You're talking to a visual person. If you want to connect with them, you got to start painting pictures with your own words. On the other hand, what if their sentences are full of words like hear, sound, listen, or that rings a bell, boom? That's an auditory person. For them, things need to sound right, to click into place. And finally, we have the kinesthetic person. They experience the world through feeling, touch, and intuition. Their language is going to be full of words like feel, grasp, solid, or let's get a handle on this. To get through to them, your argument has to feel right. Here's another decoder hiding in plain sight, pronouns. Seriously, the ones a person uses most often give you a direct window into how they see the world. Are they all about I and my? That's an individual focus. Are they constantly saying we and us? That's a team player. Just listen. They're telling you exactly what matters to them.
Okay, so for our final section, this is where it all comes together. We're going to synthesize everything we've learned, combining powerful speaking with that strategic listening to really master the art of conversation.
Mirroring is so simple, but it is unbelievably effective. Let's say someone tells you, this whole project has just been incredibly stressful. All you do is repeat back the last few words with a questioning tone. Incredibly stressful? That tiny little prompt does two things. It encourages them to say more, and it makes them feel completely heard and understood. It's a game changer. Now this is some brilliant, next-level social jujitsu. It's called the Franklin effect. Instead of trying to force your point of view, you ask the other person for their advice. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a huge sign of respect. It flatters them, it makes them feel valued, and most importantly, it makes them psychologically invested in your success. It's an amazing way to turn an opponent into a partner. And finally, for those really tough conversations when you have to give feedback, this one rule is critical. Never, ever criticize the person. You only focus on the behavior. So instead of saying, you're unreliable, you say, when the report was late, it pushed back our team's deadline. You see the difference? It's about the action, which can be changed, not their character. So here's the bottom line. Words are never just words. They are tools. They are the tools we use to build our relationships, our careers, our entire reality. You now have the blueprint. You have the toolkit. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?